Hello future educators. I'm Dr. Ansa, your educational technology specialist, and I'm so glad you're joining me today. We're here to talk about something incredibly powerful, the art and science of improvising instructional materials. As teacher trainees, you're on the cusp of an amazing journey. And let's be real, sometimes that journey comes with resource constraints. But here's the exciting part, limitations can become opportunities for enhanced learning experiences. You are not alone in facing these challenges, and today, we'll explore practical strategies to help you navigate them and thrive. Understanding improvisation in education. So, what exactly is improvisation in an educational setting? Improvisation is about creating or adapting resources spontaneously. You use what's available to meet immediate needs or solve problems, often with innovative thinking. When we talk about instructional materials, it specifically means creating or adapting teaching aids using locally available or alternative resources. This happens especially when standard materials aren't around. The key to successful improvisation is combining creativity, resourcefulness, and a clear understanding of your learning objectives. You're transforming ordinary objects into effective teaching tools. Types of improvised materials. Let's look at the different ways you can improvise. Temporary improvisation, these are materials for a single use or specific lesson. Think of paper cutouts for teaching geometry that you might discard later. Permanent improvisation, these materials are designed for repeated use. An example is a handmade model of the human skeleton that you can use throughout an anatomy unit. Creative improvisation, this involves inventing entirely new tools or techniques. Imagine using recycled materials to build a solar system model to demonstrate planetary relationships. Adaptive improvisation, here, you modify existing materials for a new purpose. Like repurposing a plastic bottle as a measuring tool for science experiments. Benefits of improvised materials. Now, why should you embrace this approach? The benefits are immense. Cost effectiveness, it reduces the need for expensive, commercially produced materials. This is huge for schools with limited budgets, helping them still provide quality learning experiences. Contextual relevance, you can tailor materials to your local environment and culture. This makes learning much more relevant and meaningful to your students' lives. Enhanced creativity, improvisation promotes innovative thinking in both teachers and learners. It truly fosters problem-solving skills and resourcefulness. Increased engagement, learners often find these improvised materials more relatable and engaging. This leads to better attention and participation in lessons. Sustainability, you're reusing and repurposing materials that might otherwise be thrown away. This reduces waste and promotes environmental consciousness. Steps for effective improvisation. So, how do you actually do it? Here's a step-by-step process. 1. Identify the need. First, figure out the specific educational gap or objective. What concept needs teaching? What standard materials are you missing? 2. Analyze available resources, look around you. What locally available materials can be repurposed? Find items with properties similar to what you need. 3. Design the material, plan how to construct or adapt your material to meet your learning goals. Sketch out ideas and think about how students will interact with it. 4. Construct the material, build or adapt the resource. Always ensure it's safe and durable. Test its functionality before you introduce it to students. 5. Test and evaluate, use your improvised tool in a mock setting to verify its effectiveness. Afterward, assess if it helped achieve the desired learning outcomes. Let's quickly look at a practical example, teaching volume. Identify need, you realize you need tangible ways to demonstrate volume concepts, but no commercial tools are available. Gather materials, collect plastic bottles of different sizes, markers, and materials like water or sand. Prepare bottles, mark measurement lines on the bottles to create your own measuring containers. Implement lesson, use these bottles in hands-on activities. Students can then explore volume relationships directly. Limitations of improvised materials. While improvisation is powerful, it's also important to be aware of potential limitations. You're not alone if you encounter these. Time investment. Creating materials can take a lot of time and effort. This might add to your already busy teaching schedule. Durability concerns. Improvised materials might not last as long as store-bought ones. They may need more frequent replacement or repair. Precision limitations. Some improvised tools might lack the accuracy needed for certain topics, especially in subjects like science and math where precise measurements are crucial. Resource and skill dependencies. You might be limited by what's locally available. Also, teachers might need specific skills or training to create truly effective materials. Overcoming improvisation challenges. The good news is, these challenges can be overcome. And remember, you don't have to do it all by yourself. Collaborative creation. Work with your fellow teachers. Establish networks to share the workload. You can divide tasks based on strengths and share completed resources. Student involvement. Engage your students in the creation process. This isn't just about reducing your workload, it also promotes student ownership and deeper understanding. Material banks. Develop school-wide material banks. Store and catalog improvised resources for future use. This prevents duplication and builds a sustainable collection. Professional development. Invest in training sessions focused on improvisation techniques. This can help you develop the skills to create materials efficiently. Case studies. Successful improvisation. Let me share some inspiring examples to show you what's possible. Rural science education. A science teacher in a rural school created cell models using clay, wire, and recycled containers. Students' test scores improved by 27% after using these tactile models compared to just textbooks. Mathematics in nature. An elementary teacher developed an outdoor math curriculum. They used natural materials like sticks, stones, and leaves to teach geometric concepts. Student engagement and attendance significantly increased on outdoor math days. Language arts innovation. A language arts instructor created interactive word walls and sentence builders from cardboard and bottle caps. Reading comprehension scores improved across all student ability levels, especially for visual learners. Key takeaways and next steps. As we wrap up, remember these key takeaways. 1. Master improvisation. Aim to become an expert in creative resource adaptation. 2. Build collaboration networks. Share resources and ideas with your colleagues. 3. Develop core skills. Learn basic material creation techniques. 4. Start small. Don't feel overwhelmed. Begin with simple improvisation projects. 5. Embrace the mindset. See limitations not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for creativity. Improvisation of instructional materials is a truly valuable skill. It transforms resource constraints into opportunities for innovation. By starting with simple projects and gradually building your skills, you can create incredibly engaging and contextually relevant learning experiences for your students. Always remember that the most effective improvisation starts with a clear understanding of your learning objectives and a willingness to think creatively about everyday objects. As you practice these skills, you'll develop an eye for educational potential in the most unexpected places. Thank you for joining me. I hope this helps you feel empowered and ready to embrace the art of improvisation in your teaching journey. You've got this.